Imagine this. You've been chasing her for weeks, pulling out all the stops. Then suddenly you vanish. No calls, no texts, nada. What happens next? Buckle up, gents, because you're about to witness a mind-blowing transformation that'll make your head spin. We're diving deep into the female psyche, exposing the shocking things that happen when you stop pursuing her. Trust me, what you're about to learn will revolutionize your dating game forever. From sparking intense curiosity to igniting primal competitive instincts, we're uncovering it all. Ready to become the man she can't stop thinking about? Let's dive in and unlock the secrets that'll have her chasing you. Before we jump into today's topic, take a moment to think about your love life. Want some expert help? Click the link in the description or pinned comment for a free strategy session with one of our team. 1. She becomes curious. Picture this. You've been chasing her like a squirrel after the last acorn in the park, and suddenly, silence. No more good morning texts. No more accidentally bumping into her at her favorite coffee shop. What gives? Well, gentlemen, that's when the magic starts to happen. When you stop pursuing her, it's like you've thrown a wrench into her mental gears. Suddenly, she's left wondering, wait, what just happened? It's like you've become a real-life cliffhanger, and she's desperate to know what comes next. This curiosity isn't just a fleeting thought. Oh no, it starts to consume her. She might find herself checking her phone more often, wondering if she missed a message from you. She might start paying more attention when your name comes up in conversation. Heck, she might even start casually asking mutual friends about you. It's like you've suddenly become the most interesting man in the world, and she's dying to crack the code. Why? Because humans are naturally curious creatures, and nothing piques our interest quite like a good mystery. And right now, my friend, you're the biggest mystery in her life. Sometimes the best way to get her attention is to stop demanding it. Let her curiosity do the work for you. After all, didn't curiosity kill the cat? Well, in this case, it might just catch you the girl. 2. Self-reflection begins. All right, gents, let's dive into the murky waters of self-reflection. When you stop chasing her, it's like you've held up a mirror to her face, and suddenly she's examining every little detail of her behavior. Did she say something wrong? Was it that time she canceled plans at the last minute? Or maybe it was the way she laughed at your jokes? Was it not enthusiastic enough? Her mind becomes a courtroom, and she's both the defendant and the prosecutor, analyzing every interaction you've had. This self-reflection isn't just a quick once-over. Oh no, it's a deep dive into the archives of your relationship. She's replaying conversations in her head, scrutinizing text messages for hidden meanings, and generally turning into a one-woman CSI unit investigating the crime of your sudden disinterest. But here's the kicker. This self-reflection often leads to self-improvement. Maybe she realizes she hasn't been as attentive as she could be. Or perhaps she acknowledges that she's been taking your interest for granted. Either way, your absence is making her take a good, hard look at herself and her behavior. So, while you're off living your best life, she's busy becoming a better version of herself. And who knows, this improved version might be even more irresistible when you decide to re-enter the picture. Talk about a win-win situation. 3. Realization of interest. Now we're getting to the good stuff, fellas. When you stop chasing her, it's like you flipped a switch in her brain. Suddenly, she's not just thinking about you. She's thinking about how she feels about you. It's like that old saying, you don't know what you've got till it's gone. When you were constantly there, showering her with attention, it was easy for her to take you for granted. But now, your absence is like a void in her life, and nature abhors a vacuum. She starts to notice little things. Maybe she catches herself smiling when she thinks about that dumb joke you told, or perhaps she realizes how much she misses your daily check-ins. It's like she's watching a highlight reel of your best moments, and suddenly she's your biggest fan. This realization doesn't happen overnight. It's more like a slow-burning fuse, gradually building up to that aha moment. And when it hits hard. She might find herself daydreaming about you, or feeling a little flutter in her stomach when she thinks about seeing you again. The best part? This realization is all her own. You didn't have to convince her of anything. She came to this conclusion all by herself. And let me tell you, there's nothing more powerful than a woman who's made up her mind about how she feels. So, gentlemen, sometimes the best way to win her heart is to step back and let her realize it was yours all along. 4. Reflecting on your value. It's time to talk about your stock value. When you stop chasing her, it's like you've suddenly become a rare commodity. And you know what happens to rare commodities? Their value skyrockets. Think about it. When you were always available, always there, it was easy for her to overlook all the amazing things you bring to the table. But now, your absence is like a spotlight, illuminating all the ways you enhanced her life. Maybe she realizes how much she relied on your advice, or how your corny jokes always brightened her day. Perhaps she misses the way you always remembered her coffee order, or how you could calm her down when she was stressed. It's like she's doing an audit of her life, and suddenly she's noticing all these little gaps where you used to be. And let me tell you, those gaps are starting to look pretty darn big. This reflection isn't just about the big things either. It's about all those little moments that make up a relationship. The inside jokes, the shared glances, the comfortable silences. All those things she might have taken for granted before are now precious memories she's replaying in her mind. So, while you're off living your best life, she's realizing that her best life included you. And that realization? It's worth its weight in gold, my friend. If you're enjoying today's tips on dating, don't forget to like and comment. For a deeper transformation, consider our free 60-minute strategy call. You'll learn how to meet more women and date with newfound confidence. Click the link in the pinned comment to reserve your session. 5. Increased attraction. Buckle up because we're about to dive into the paradox of attraction. You've heard the saying, absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? Well, it turns out there's some serious truth to that old chestnut. When you stop chasing her, you become a bit of a mystery. And let me tell you, there's nothing more attractive than a little mystery. It's like you've suddenly become the protagonist in her own personal romance novel. She starts to fill in the blanks of your absence with her imagination. Maybe you're out there conquering the world, or perhaps you're nursing a broken heart, over her, of course. Whatever scenario she cooks up, I guarantee it's making you look pretty darn good. But it's not just about what you might be doing. It's also about what you're not doing, namely, chasing her. This shows confidence, independence, and self-respect. And let me tell you, that's a combo that's hard to resist. Your absence also gives her a chance to miss you. She starts to notice all the little things she liked about you. Your smile, your laugh, the way you always knew just what to say. It's like she's seeing you through new eyes, and she likes what she sees. So gentlemen, sometimes the most attractive thing you can do is nothing at all. Just be your awesome self, live your life, and let her attraction grow on its own. Trust me, it's like magic. 6. Fear of loss. All right, now we're venturing into the realm of fear, specifically the fear of loss. When you stop chasing her, it's like you flipped the script. Suddenly, she's the one worrying about losing you. It's human nature to want what we can't have. And right now, your attention and interest are looking pretty scarce. It's like you're a limited edition action figure, and she's afraid she might miss out on adding you to her collection. This fear isn't just a passing thought. Oh no, it starts to creep into her everyday life. She might find herself checking her phone more often, hoping for a message from you. She might start overthinking every interaction you've had, wondering if she did something to push you away. But here's where things get interesting. This fear of loss often leads to action. She might start reaching out more, trying to reignite your interest. She might become more attentive, more affectionate, more like how you were when you were chasing her. It's like you've held up a mirror to her own behavior, and she's not liking what she sees. The fear of losing you is making her realize just how much she values your presence in her life. Sometimes the best way to make her fear losing you is to give her a little taste of what that loss might feel like. Just remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Use this knowledge wisely. 7. Competitive instincts. All right, it's time to talk about the thrill of the chase. But this time, she's the one doing the chasing. When you stop pursuing her, you might just awaken her competitive spirit. And let me tell you, a woman on a mission is a force to be reckoned with. See, when you were the one doing all the chasing, she had all the power. But now, the tables have turned, my friend. Suddenly, she's not just competing for your attention. She's competing with every other woman out there who might catch your eye. This competitive instinct isn't just about jealousy, although that might play a part. It's about proving to herself, and to you, that she's worthy of your attention. It's like you've become the prize in a game she didn't even know she was playing until now. You might notice her upping her game. Maybe she's dressing up more when she knows she'll see you. Perhaps she's suddenly interested in your hobbies, or making an effort to be where you are. She's basically turning into the female version of the guy you were when you were chasing her. But wait, it gets better. This competition is bringing out her best self. She's not just trying to win you back. She's trying to be the best version of herself to do it. So, gentlemen, sometimes the best way to get her to chase you is to stop chasing her. Just sit back, relax, and watch her competitive spirit take over. Game on. So now that you know what happens when you stop chasing her, what's next for you? Discover the psychology of ignoring a woman, or learn how to tell if she's having sexual thoughts about you. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.